What are you talking about? Question number one is, what are you talking about? Now, in the story in Mark chapter 9, it tells us that Jesus came down from the Mount of Transfiguration, and he comes to a crowd. There's a big scene going on, and what happens is that the disciples are gathered around this demon-possessed boy. They're trying to cast the demon out, and they can't. In Mark chapter 9, verse 16, when Jesus arrives, these are the words. He says, "What are you discussing with them?" He asked. So question number one, when Jesus comes to get rid of the old and to get on with the new, he asks, what are you talking about? So what's on your mind? What are the things that you carry today? And you're saying, God, this is the thing I'm struggling with. Nobody had the answer. This is the thing, God, that I'm struggling with. This is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm praying about. It's what I'm talking about. And Jesus wants to hear it. He wants to hear it. He wants you to bring it to him. So when he asks the question, what are you talking about? In verse 17, the boy's father answers. And he says, "Teacher, I brought you my son who's possessed by a spirit that has robbed him of speech. Whenever it seizes him, it throws him to the ground. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid. I asked your disciples to drive out the spirit, but they couldn't." In the answer, the things that he was talking about, he said three things happened. The spirit robbed him. Verse 18, it seized him, and it threw him to the ground. God says, I will restore the years that have been robbed from you. Come on, somebody say amen. Amen. And so here it is. So the question is, what are you talking about? Let me ask you a question. Number one is, what has robbed you? So that was the answer. That's what the father was talking about. It said there's a spirit and it's robbed my son. So my question is, what has robbed you? I remember when I was a kid, I went to TJ. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and my older brother was like 10 years older than me. He got a car. It was a 57 Chevy. It had like these moon chrome rims. It was yellow, black leather interior. And he goes, "Let's go for a drive, baby." I go, "All right." I jump in the car. He goes, "We're going to Mexico." Like, huh? So we wind up in Tijuana, and you know what I saw? I saw a man get robbed. Like 4 years old, and I see this guy. He's going, "Pero no tengo dinero." That means, but I don't have any money. And a guy holding a knife to him, saying, "Give me all your money." And we took off quick. It was a very ugly scene. But I saw somebody getting robbed. So what's robbed you? What's taken away your years? What's eaten away your life? What's eaten away your emotions and your heart? What are you talking about? The next thing, it said, it seizes him. You know what that means? It means it grabs a hold of him. So the next thing is, what are you talking about? What has grabbed a hold of you? Is it a messed up life? Is it an addiction? Is it heartache? Is it heartbreak? Is it confusion? What has seized you? And the next one, he said, it throws him to the ground. So let me ask you, what's knocked you down? Maybe this morning, something happened and you got knocked down. What knocked you down? What's robbed you? What are you talking about, man? What's robbed you? What grabs a hold of you and you can't seem to shake it? See, because they couldn't shake this. They were trying to get rid of this demon and they could not. It robs him, grabs a hold of him, and it throws him to the ground. So what knocked you down? It's question number one. There's an answer. Somebody say there's an answer.
There's an answer.
Oh, come on. Somebody say there's an answer.
There's an answer.
Amen. Amen. Go ahead and pause this.